Well,
or that was the foxhole one.
That was the foxhole
Yeah.
one.
This Amateur Radio Roundtable is brought to you in part by ICOM America. All right, good evening to everybody out there in internet land or radio land or TV land, wherever you might be. You're watching Amateur Radio Roundtable, and I'm Tom Edlin, W5KUB, and we're broadcasting out of Studio 3 today, if you notice the background. Studio 3, we got many studios. Anyway, I'd just like to say hi to everybody out there. Just wonder if there's any new people in the chat room. We met several new people on the 40-meter net tonight, and I invited them to come to the show tonight. So I'm just wondering if anybody new is in the chat room tonight. If you are, say hello, and we'd like to say hello back to you. This show is always simulcast on world-famous shortwave station, WBCQ, and we're on 5130 kilohertz every Tuesday night. And let's see, what else is going on? If you're listening on shortwave, you can watch the show if you have internet. Just go to w5kub.com and join in and watch the video, and you can join the chat room, and you'll be able to talk to us and the other people in the group here. All right, tonight we're going to be talking about Huntsville. That's coming up. Probably one of the greatest hamfest there is. We're going to be talking about, Katie's got shack pictures and some other things. But first, let me go over to Katie and see how she's doing tonight. Hey, Katie, what's up over there out there in Wyoming?
Well, hi there, Tom, and hi everybody who's watching tonight, and hi everybody over there in the chat room. Glad to see you guys here tonight. It's always fun to be able to chat live during the show, and it's been a hot summer finally here, and it's been very wet, which is very unusual, and thunderstorms almost every night. We've actually had a couple tornadoes in our area. It's just been really crazy weather, and but we managed to squeak in a good day. A couple Saturdays ago, we went and helped our friend Bill in 7QAX, who you've probably seen in our photos and videos whenever we've done tower work here. He's always helping us put up our antennas and towers. Well, he's been gifted a tower from a friend who's no longer operating ham radio. He's gone into a nursing home, and so we went over and helped take down an antenna, and that was the first time I've ever done that. That was kind of interesting. Granted, I didn't do the heavy work, but I've always been part of one going up, not down, and I have to say, taking them down is a heck of a lot easier than going up. Right?
Yeah, I imagine so.
Oh, and faster, Dwayne says.
And faster, yeah. Well, it depends. Hey, it depends if you want to keep it where you can use it again, or you just want to bring it down. It will come down pretty fast.
Well, yeah. No, he's going to reuse it. The bottom piece he's going to have to get out of the ground with all of the concrete, but that was the big thing, was to be able to get that unloaded, and couple other ham friends from the local club, and we actually went over to Gillette early to go help with that, and friend Tim from Southern California happened to be traveling through the area, and N6GB I want to say, and he was actually operating FT8 in the car as they were traveling. He was on 6 meters and stopped, had breakfast with us with the local club, so that was a lot of fun to be able to kind of squeak that in, and then help out with Bill and check out his new house and what he's got put up for antennas already. So I've actually been able to do some hammy stuff lately, and Dwayne's been playing on 6 meters a bit and did a little bit of work on the HF contest this weekend. I ended up taking advantage of the weather and working in the yard. So I let him play, but other than that, we've been pretty much just trucking along here day by day.
I thought about the contest, so I just didn't really get to it. And you can't work out in the yard here. It is so hot and humid that you get soaking wet in just a couple minutes. Hey, Mark
Oh, yeah.
dropped off. Mark said he dropped off, so let me see
Oh.
if I can add Mark back on the call
all right.
here.
Yeah, you better go.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
I definitely was doing too much work when I shouldn't have. I'm pretty sure I gave myself heat stroke on Saturday because Sunday I was just sick on the couch all day. And even though I drank tons of water and Gatorade, I think I still just overdid it because just like my mother, I never seem to know when to stop working outside because there's always another weed to be pulled. I get obsessed when I'm out there, but I love working in the yard, so oh well.
All right, so I'm wondering what's
We get him
happening.
back?
I'm wondering what's happening with Mark here. I just added him to the call,
Okay.
and he didn't come on. So let's just see what.
Maybe he's had a reboot or something.
Well, I don't know. Let's see. He's on his phone, so I guess that would be
Right.
a little boot, wouldn't it?
Yep.
I wonder what. Let's see.
Oh, he says just
You
Skype
know what?
connection.
You know what? It's showing up.
Oh.
He's showing up as phone. I don't know. Let me
I'll give
see
him a
if I
try.
can
Let's see.
disconnect him and then reconnect him.
The joys of
I'm going to
Skype.
remove him from the call.
Yeah, and then re-add him maybe.
Yeah.
Boy,
Well, I don't know why that is. There you go. He's off now. Let's see if we can add him to the call.
okay.
Come
Yeah,
on.
Mark's kind of our main
Yeah, he's kind of the main guy
our main
tonight,
topic
isn't he?
tonight. We could talk about the Huntsville Hamfest on our own, but
We
probably be better to
can.
have
I've
him
got-
doing it.
I've got a lot of pictures that we can
Oh, good.
show, and we can talk about it. Let's see what's going on with Mark there. Well,
Maybe Mark needs, if he's hearing us, needs to reboot it perhaps.
he's in the chat room.
Jonathan says Windows update. Mine wanted an update and I refused to do it tonight. Seems like every Tuesday when I come down here, it always wants an update, and just decided I'm not doing that tonight. Yeah, I'll do it when I leave. Yeah, but usually then I turn everything off and walk away.
Okay, so let's see. So
Okay,
we're
I
not
think
having
he's
much
gonna
luck
reboot.
with Mark.
Okay.
So I'm going to remove him from the call again. And I'm going to try.
So how many people who are in the chat room are going to be going to the Huntsville Hamfest? Throw in a little wave or me or smiley
Yeah.
face. Would be a good idea. Good to see how many people who are watching now are going to be going. And let us know if it's your first time. And do we have any first timers in the chat room? Any first timers joining us here on the show tonight? When is what?
Well,
Huntsville Hamfest? It's like 32. It's August 17th and 18th. It's when I'm going to be in California. No, he'll be back by then. Yeah.
I'm going to try again.
I love it. Jeff says every Tuesday is affectionately known as Patch Tuesday to SIT people. So a Tuesday must be a regular day
Yeah.
for Windows updates.
Tuesday's
Right.
Microsoft's day to cause problems. I haven't had any updates or anything today. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what's
Great.
happening with Mark there.
Sugar Alpha 7, Charlie Alpha Romeo's going. Joe,
Yeah.
K0NEB, KC4POD, Jeff's going to be there. Obviously, Mark. Let's see. Bill. Oh, no, let's see. Steve, KD10 says he's still recovering from hamvention.
All right.
I
So
get that one, Steve.
I don't know. Oh, there's Mark. There's Mark.
Okay, I'm back.
He's back. Let's see.
Dave in Florida and 4DLW.
Let's just get Mark
is hoping
in
to
here.
go. Oh, Bill, WZ1.
There he is. Look at that. Look at that. Mark is in here. Now, Mark, you know you're going to get
Yay.
3 demerits
Lester.
for causing trouble during the show. Three demerits. Okay. But I'm glad you're back with us.
I'm going
And,
to blame it on Bill Gates.
All right.
There you go. That's what we're doing in the chat room, too.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, while we're waiting on you there, we were just asking people who might make it to Huntsville. I wasn't able to read too much. I saw a couple people said they're going.
Yep, quite a few people.
And
Andy, 2 Echo 0 Romeo Echo Echo says he's coming.
who is that?
And I saw Andy, who's always in the chat room, 2 Echo 0 Radio Echo Echo, says he's coming over to see everybody. Oh,
now where's Andy? I don't know where Andy is. That's a UK call. Andy's not in the UK, is he?
He's the same as over. Well, you know, like Robin, Golf 1 Mike Hotel Uniform. His wife Ruth is a 2 Echo 0 Mike Hotel Uniform. Okay. So it's a Great Britain thing.
All right. Well, I have a few friends that are going to come down again from the New England area to it, so that's a good trip for them.
I see Bill's going down.
Yeah, Bill's going to be there, and I think John's coming down from New York, and Bill's coming down from Massachusetts. So you can't get much further to the northeast than that.
Oh, that is true.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's do this. Let's just go ahead and get back on track here tonight. Our guest is Mark Brown in for BCD, and Mark is the chairman of the Huntsville Hamfest. And I can't say enough how nice this Hamfest is, man. We've been going to this thing for almost, 15 or 20 years now. And it's just great. So let me see if I can get in a picture with you guys. Let me see if I can do that. There we go. Oh, that's not too bad. I'll try not to get in your way. This way I don't have to do a lot of camera swapping, okay?
All right.
So, hey, Mark, man, are you guys ready for the Huntsville Hamfest?
We are real close to ready. We rolled out some new things this year, Tom. Well, one thing, a new website. I think a lot of folks have seen it. The visit count on the website has been really gratifying that folks are out there looking at it. A lot of new information. We have a new program guide this year. It's not quite as ornate as what the guys up in Dayton do, but we have about a 10-page program guide. But it fits on your phone. It's a PDF file with all the important information at a glance. I ask myself, what do people need in the palm of their hand when they come to the Hamfest? Well, they need a schedule.
Card. No.
Well, okay. Very good, Katie. Very good. Yes, they need a schedule because, you know, if you're like me and you go to a Hamfest, there's stuff going on all the time. There's forums, there's presentations, the Young Ham of the Year Award about 2 o'clock. Bill Brown is launching a balloon at noon after his forum. So it's an easy thing to keep track or lose track of all those things. And this guide is our attempt to help folks get a handle and make sure that they catch the events that they want to. A lot of other great things. We've got a great forum schedule again, and that was a side effect of our new website. We had folks signing up and taking the forum slots ahead of past years, and it really filled up quick. And we're having also a lineup of forums on Sunday too, so that's new for us. A lot of really cool stuff. We're commemorating, of course, Huntsville is commemorating the 50th anniversary of the Apollo 11 space moon launch. Today, for example, at the U.S. Space and Rocket Center, they attempted to set a Guinness World Record. They launched 5,000 balloons. They launched 5,000 rockets at 8:32 a.m. this morning, and it's going to take them a couple of days to determine did they meet the Guinness criteria of going up at least 100 feet. And I wasn't out there. I couldn't even see the smoke cloud from my office, but folks that did see it said it was spectacular. And all during the week, this weekend, for example, the Huntsville Radio Club, we're going out to the Space and Rocket Center, and we will be activating two phone stations and a CW station. I think our special event call is Whiskey 4 Apollo, and we'll be making contacts. Goddard Space Flight Center, JPL, all the major space flight centers across the country are going to be doing something on the air on HF this weekend. So that's going to be fun. That's not part of the Hamfest. We'll get back to that. But it's just one more thing that lends its name, Huntsville being the Rocket City. We've had a lot of fun down here. It's a great high-tech community. But the Huntsville Hamfest on Friday and Saturday, August 17 and 18, coming right up. And,
Saturday.
We're going to be
Saturday and Sunday, not Friday, Saturday, right?
Thank you, Tom. I'm glad I've got a proofreader.
But you know what? I make the same mistake, man. I mean, I'm there Friday all day, setting up and seeing people. I mean,
That's right, Tom.
Yeah.
It's not just the commercial vendors and the flea market stuff. It's people, the connections that folks make and renew at these kind of events. I know Dayton, Orlando, Dallas, Huntsville. It's a great place to run into folks that you see only at these events, and sometimes for the first time, sometimes annually. And so it's a wonderful thing to make those connections.
I just posted the address to the Hamfest on the chat room, but for anybody who might be listening who's not watching, it's just hamfest.org. You can't forget that one. And the new website looks great. And I love the header photo because when you look at it, it's a look down on there you go. You can see all of those people. That's actually what it looks like continuously throughout the weekend. You don't, even when there's really good forums going on, sometimes you notice at some hamfests, the crowds out in the main area will thin out a bit because a lot of people are off in forums. But there's so many people that attend this, even during really good forums, the place is still packed. And that's actually sometimes looks like a little bit of a lighter crowd than it can be. It's absolutely amazing. And everywhere you walk and turn, there's somebody that you either know or are going to know pretty soon. And I mean, your tagline of being the world's friendliest hamfest is absolutely true. It really is.
There are people that have emailed us that they say, I recognize myself in that photo.
Oh, I bet. I see people I know in there.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, I think people look at that. Well, I see my boss and Mark. I'm looking at the HRO booth, and there's Mark and James and Steve in there, just catching up on it. And then you look through and you recognize some shirts or people. And so it's always kind of fun. You just, you're seeing people, and so it gives you a really good picture of what there is. And the one nice thing too about it is it's all air conditioned. I know you guys like to promote that. And I tell you what, in the middle of August,
I haven't been rained on one time at this hamfest.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the South Hall of the Von Braun Center, it's totally air conditioned, and of course there's parking underneath with the Von Braun Center, and then also parking garage across the street. There's an aerial view, Big Spring Park there to the right, that pond-looking thing. Actually, the fresh water flows in at the top right corner. That's a freshwater spring. And it flows down through underneath that street to that round thing, and that's toward the Embassy Suites. But the South Hall is there in this bottom left corner. That's the South Hall, and we use 80,000 square feet of that, and we can expand. There's some walls that they could knock out for us, some movable walls that they could shift for us, and we could grow the event. That's move-in day. Right. Friday, when we have all the tables and skirts, everything's numbered for the flea market, and it's just a big cavernous space. But you see it after everything moves in. It's a totally different vibe.
And this place, it's just amazing to try to visualize how big this place is. I mean, people actually drive their vehicles inside this place to unload or display. This is a big place. It's a nice floor, but there's traffic in here. You gotta almost have a traffic cop.
Oh yeah.
We do. We have a couple because we did have one little fender bender last year. Two of the large panel vans kind of came together. Fortunately, there was no damage, but the lesson learned is we got to have more eyes on those moving vehicles and make sure we don't have that problem. And
there's part of the line lined up there. Go inside. Look at that. You can bring a pretty big truck inside that door.
I think the largest is a 40-foot Winnebago motorhome kind of thing, hauling a long trailer, and we can accommodate them. We can get them in there and get them unloaded and get them out safely. And it's a continuous stream on Friday move-in.
It's
And even with
yeah.
with all the big trucks, you have multiple vehicles in there. You've got usually like MFJ has their big box truck in the middle, and they're unloading, and
Right.
then there's other cars passing either direction, people unloading everywhere. It's this big organized chaos, but everybody's got it down pat. Hey, look at that guy.
Look
We
at
know
there.
him.
Look who I found there.
Oh. Hey, and there's
There's Art, and
Some
for you
guys-
see, he's our commercial dealer guy.
Yeah.
Nice green shirt he's wearing.
Yeah, how about that?
Oh man. And
It's
you
always
know,
nice when you have the different colored shirts, so you know how to find
yeah.
anybody who's involved with the event.
Yes.
You know, and you know, hey, another big attraction, and I guess they're doing it again this year, is the Young Ham of the Year.
Right.
Yes. There's last year's young ham, Bryant Rascal,
Right.
KG5. KG5. What's his call? I don't
I don't
I think
recall.
it's on your website.
I don't remember.
Here it is. KG5 Hotel Victor Ocean.
HVO. Yeah.
Yep.
He's from down in Montgomery. He'll be up this year. He's actually got a forum. He's been involved with the Team Exuberance that worked a contest up at K3LR, Tim Duffy's, a couple of months ago. And I heard him speak at Dallas HamCom. He's a motivating speaker, trying to get youth involved in contesting.
Well, let's look at
That's our main stage with looks like one of the drawings going on.
yeah, and hey, right next to the main stage, guys, come by and see us. Look at that. We're right up next to the stage. That way, if I win a prize, I don't have to walk very far.
Yeah.
Actually,
There you
Tom is between the prize barrel and the main stage.
Let's see the prize. Yeah,
You have a picture of that prize barrel?
Hey, let me see if I think I got the prize barrel here. So look at this, guys.
Oh yeah.
Look at this, man.
That
Yeah.
prize barrel is getting a little bit of TLC as we speak.
Is it?
It's
I
big,
know. Hey,
and,
I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, maybe longer. Time flies. But I remember the prize barrel breaking. I guess it was so full it broke. And you guys, we had to put the tickets in trash cans. You had 2 big, like 40-gallon trash cans with black plastic bags in them. And people would
I
come.
heard that story. I was out of town.
Oh,
that-
were you?
that
And
year,
people would
but,
come by.
I
People
heard
would,
that story.
people would come by and ask me, where do you put the ticket? And I said, throw it in there. And they wouldn't throw it in there because it looked like a trash can.
Right.
You know, but that's you guys had to use a trash can 1 year. But then you got a new roller drum, and it's been slick ever since then. And here's your prize guy right here, man. I wonder if he's on tonight.
There's
He's
Jordan. W4HBO.
usually in the chat room here. He may be Jordan may be in here tonight. Jordan, if you're in here, say hello.
He's a hard worker. He does a good job.
Oh yeah, he does.
Does a great job.
And of course, we're going to be giving out a lot of prizes again to our viewers, and the Huntsville Hamfest Prize Committee again this year has donated an MFJ. I think it's 269C if I got it right. It's
I think
MFJ's
so,
antenna
Tom.
analyzer.
I'm not certain.
It's MFJ's
Yeah.
antenna analyzer. We've been giving away one every year, and we appreciate you guys doing that. And I'm sure the winners are hoping to win that prize.
They're probably hoping to win our grand prize, the ICOM IC7610 on
Oh
Saturday.
man,
That
you
is
know,
quite
you
the
know
grand
what?
prize. Holy
I've
cow.
got-
That is truly
No,
a
you're
grand
not going,
prize.
Dwayne.
You know, I've
I'm
got
going,
I've got a 7610, so I guess I shouldn't even think about trying to win that, right?
Well,
That is
you need a
correct.
spare.
Well, yeah, I guess. I guess.
When
I
the
normally,
radio
hey,
is
normally I'll buy a wheelbarrow load of tickets from you guys, and many years I win absolutely nothing, and some years I might win a little battery, a AAA battery charge or something. 3 years
Okay,
ago,
we'll get that trash
three,
can ready for your tickets.
yeah, 3 years ago, 3 years ago, I won your big prize.
That's right. Hey, Tom, I'm going to have to PayPal you some money so you can buy some tickets and put my name on them.
Oh, do you trust me to do that? Yeah.
Oh, does that mean you're
Well,
not coming?
I trust
Katie?
Kathy to do it, but
Well,
no,
you-
I'm actually going to be out at the Anaheim HRO. We have a big special event going on out there the same week, same day. So unfortunately, I'll be on the other side of the country.
Okay.
Oh man. Well, I wish you could
Maybe
make it.
next year.
Wish
Well,
you could make it.
we are getting a growing list of celebrities that will be here. From the league, we have Rick Roderick and Howard Michael, the president and COO. They'll be here. Bob Inderbitson will be here. Yvette is not coming, but in her place, Eric Casey.
Oh, okay.
Eric was involved in the development of that cool Dayton app, and I met him in Dayton. I'm looking forward to his first visit down to Huntsville. So we got a lot of folks coming from ARRL HQ. Let's see, Carol Perry's coming from Radio Club of America. She's from New York, from Brooklyn actually, and she'll be making her second trip here. She loves Huntsville. She had an absolutely fabulous time last year. And let's see who else. Bob Heil will be here, and I'll probably think of a few more in the coming minutes.
Yeah, and you have the regulars there like Icon, Yezu. There's our Mr.
There's Ray
Mr.
Novak.
Icon right there. We got Yezu. Well, all the big guys will be there, and we always have a lot of fun, and it's great to meet them there. And the nice thing.
I sent you a couple of pictures before the show here tonight. You might not have had time to check your email.
I didn't have time to pull them up, but I'm not sure what they were, but I might even have some here on my file.
But Joe,
Joe's
in the chat room, K0NEB. Many of your listeners and viewers that don't get a chance to come to Huntsville, but are watching the show here tonight, can get a chance to see. And I didn't realize it until one of your shows just a few weeks back, that Joe wears a different hat to all the different hamfests. One for Dayton, one for Orlando, and one for Huntsville. Well, I've got a picture of him in the Huntsville hat.
Okay.
So your viewers may see that.
Well, that's cool. Let's talk about the hotel situation. Now, here's where we'll be staying right here. I love this place. And guess what? I don't even have to go outside to go to the hamfest. It's all connected.
That's an indoor view of the Embassy Suites, and it's connected by a second floor walkway.
Look at that. Look at that. How easy.
South Hall of the Von Braun Center.
How easy is that to get from the hotel room to the hamfest? And
easier than getting a reservation now.
Yeah, we roll our mobile.
We can quickly this year.
We can roll our video cart. We can roll our video cart directly from our room all the way down this hallway into the convention center there. It's really cool. And of course, there's an outside shot of the walkway. It's really very beautiful landscaped around there. This is a nice place to go. Kathy and I are going one day earlier each year. It's so nice down there. We like coming to Huntsville. Let's see what else we got here. There's a picture kind of outside waiting for some of the doors to open.
Oh, that's what it looks like outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
And let's see.
Maybe we need to open those doors sooner.
And down that hall are the forum rooms, correct? Or at least some of them?
Yes.
There's our friend Ron. Ron and Amy are there making hats. In fact, they've already on our prizes for this year. They're donating some embroidered ham hats again this year. So somebody might win a hat from Ron and Amy.
Yeah, they make some great stuff.
Oh, they do. Yeah. There's Icon talking with Ray there with Icon. And let's see what else. This is kind of, there's our little rolling cart. We can actually, in that facility, we can actually roll around and get live video of all the different vendors, even the new and the used flea market area. And that's kind of what I like to look at. There's all kinds of people. It's a very friendly, family-oriented hamfest. I think this is probably one of the most family-oriented hamfest there is. I see a lot of families come to it, and there'll be a lot of people. A lot of people show up after church on Sunday.
We have a good-sized youth lounge. The youth lounge expanded by 25% last year, and we're looking at maybe even making it a little bigger this year. Dr. Monty Bateman, he also does lightning forums at the hamfest. But Dr. Bonnie Bateman has been running the youth lounge now for at least 12 years, and it's a very, very popular thing.
All right. Well, let me go back to. Let's go back to. If I can find it. I will find it. Here we go. Let's go back to your website so people can find it. Look at here. 31 days, 12 hours, 28 minutes.
Wow.
It's going to be
It's
going to
really
be fun.
getting close. That's less than a month away.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, there's all kinds of stuff to do. DX card checking. The North Alabama DX Club does card checking during the hamfest for folks they fill out the application, they bring their cards, they get them checked off, submit the application to the league, and then get to keep their cards. They don't have to mail the cards away. The DX Club also does a great banquet on Saturday night at a hotel nearby, Spring Hill Suites, within walking distance of the Von Braun Center. So even if you're not staying at the embassy, there's another hotel close by that's within walking distance. And downtown Huntsville is adding more hotels.
Well, here's our website again. It's just called hamfest.org. There's a location. It's in the Von Braun Center. Excellent. You guys have so much expansion room. You could triple the size easily. I remember one year.
It's a scary thought.
You had to split. You had to actually split the show. Half of it was over in the what do you call it? The Coliseum part, the round part. You remember that?
I can't remember the details of why we had to do that.
I think what happened, there's this big military convention there almost the same week, and something got mixed up on the space, and you guys had to take space in two different areas instead of all together. But
it might have been something like that, Tom. But fortunately, that military and Army Aviation and Missile show was moved to another week. And it's always been a challenge that they're moving out while we're trying to move in. We don't have that problem now. The Von Braun Center is empty, or the South Hall anyway. Is empty the week that we need to set up, and so that can kind of streamline things. I want to mention too, we have invited Governor Kay Ivey, the governor of Alabama. She will be in town at the North Hall for the Alabama Governor's Conference on Tourism during that same weekend. And we thought it would be really cool to have the governor just make an appearance at our Hamfest. May it happen? We'll see. We're keeping our fingers crossed.
That would be cool.
That's pretty cool.
Talk about vendor parking. Even if you don't stay at the hotel, you got vendor parking underneath the convention center there, right?
Right. The Von Braun Center controls the parking. We don't have any say in what they charge, unfortunately. So we're going to try to do something to help out the vendors this year. Maybe create some space down there for them.
Yeah. So if it's raining, hey, just pull in the garage. You don't even have to get wet.
That's right. And an elevator up.
That's true. Okay. Well, great. August 17th and 18th, 2019. We're going to be there for sure. And hey, there's a picture of Ham Radio Outlet, but Katie's not going to be there, so I don't know, man. I guess they can handle it there without her.
Yeah, but they'll be very sad. They'll miss me.
Yeah, they probably will be sad too that you're not there.
Oh yeah.
I like to, when Katie's there, I like to just give her the microphone and say, I'm going to go walking around a while and, be gone a couple hours. Just turn it over to her. Turn it over.
I'll have to work on my boss to see if he can send me there next year, because I really enjoy going, and I haven't been in a few years, and I really enjoy your Hamfest down there. It's a lot of fun.
It's been a couple of years, Katie. We'd love to have you back.
Well, we'll just have to put the pressure.
We do have a lot of other things that go along with our Hamfest. We have the license exams at 10 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday, and those are very popular. So, and those are outside of the main area. If folks are not sure about coming to the Hamfest and taking the exam, be aware that you don't have to buy a ticket. You can remain in the outside area to come in and take your exam, and then if you pass, you can walk inside and, of course, load up on equipment because you're going to need it.
Right.
We have over 50 commercial vendors, all the majors, Elecraft, ICOM, Yaesu, Flex. They're all here. For this year, for the first time, we're having two tower manufacturers. Aluma Towers that was here. They're out of Florida. They were here a couple of years ago, and then last year, East Texas Towers came in and enjoyed the show, enjoyed the event so well. They're coming back, so we'll have two different tower manufacturers here. And of course, somebody always brings tower sections, used tower sections in the flea market area. Let's see, just a lot of cool stuff. 384 flea market tables, and they're all sold out. I think I think Jim's got a waiting list for folks.
Yeah.
If there is a cancellation, there are folks that want that open table. So we're keeping an eye on that.
And you
The
have
YL
forums
breakfast.
also? Oh, yeah.
We got
Sorry.
the forums. The YL breakfast on Sunday morning was moved from a nearby a restaurant to the embassy, so that folks can park once, go to the YL breakfast, and then directly into the hamfest.
That's
But yeah,
handy.
like Katie mentioned, the forums. Huntsville is a collection of rocket scientists.
Right.
Yes, there's engineers and other folks, but gosh, what a pool of talent we have to put on these various forums. I mentioned Dr. Monty Bateman does. He's a NASA physicist, studies lightning, installs lightning protection for the launch pads. He does that. We've got a couple of ARRL technical staff guys that do forums on circuit design, measuring SWR using return loss, things that are over the head of many people, but some folks are into that stuff. There's just a lot of different things. D-Star, I think Elecraft, Icon, Yaesu, and Flex are all doing separate forums that highlight their radio technology. So if one wanted to, they could go and directly compare what these radio manufacturers are talking about as far as their particular radio architectures. And of course, there's D-Star, the ARRL. They'll have forums up through and including Rick Roderick. I'm proud to say that in partnership with Dayton and Orlando, we've been together at each other's hamfest. I was with Orlando in Dallas, and Orlando and Huntsville put together a forum to talk up our respective hamcation and hamfest. But Dayton will be here, Orlando will be here, Stone Mountain, Georgia will be here, Atlanta Hamfest will be here. And so we help each other. This is not a competition between these various hamfest events. Like I think it's Michael Calder from Dayton mentioned, we lift each other up. And I think that's really a good way of putting it, that we need to make these things good for visitors, vendors, and everybody associated to make folks want to come, because they're without the people, without the vendors, it's not a good thing. So we keep it good for everyone, and keep our fingers crossed. We just keep doing it right.
All right. Well, Mark, thank you so much for coming in tonight and talking to us about it. Can't wait to get down there. Any last minute thing we want to say before we get off this subject? I mean, I could talk about this for a long time, but
We talked about the covered parking. We talked about the Space and Rocket Center. Oh, on Friday night, it's the last. It's an annual event, but the city of Huntsville is having a food truck rally, and it's within walking distance of the front door of the Von Braun Center. The city of Huntsville and the Convention and Visitors Bureau have helped the Huntsville Hamfest with marketing efforts and things like that, and we want to help them. This food truck rally, some people have a kind of literally a bad taste in their mouth when it comes to food trucks. But honestly, some of these food trucks are serving really first-rate food. And so that's a viable dining option for Friday night, and lots of other great restaurants in the Huntsville area. But yeah, we're looking forward to hosting the world's friendliest Hamfest in 31 days, and we hope you all can make it.
31 days, 12 hours, 18 minutes, and 51 seconds is the official count. Look at that. And if you want to know how soon it is, just go to hamfest.org, and there's the countdown clock right there. And we're going to be there for sure. And I think we're going to see a lot of our friends there too.
Super. We're looking forward to seeing everybody. Tom, I'll go QRX here while Katie can take the rest of the show, but I'll sit back and listen.
Okay. Well, you'd mentioned you could stay with us 42 minutes, and we're about 40 minutes into the show. So stay as long as you can with us and just chime in, okay? All right.
I guess that's pretty close, didn't we?
Well, very good. Okay. Well, just stand by there with us, and we'll be back with you in just a second, everybody. Worked it, logged it. It's time to get the transceiver that's best suited for your lifestyle. ICOM offers a variety of high-performance and innovative products. The IC7610 is the SDR every ham wants. This high-performance SDR has the ability to pick out the faintest of signals, even in the presence of stronger adjacent signals. It's a direct sampling software-defined radio that will change the world's definition of an SDR transceiver. It has RF direct sampling, an independent dual receiver, and dual digit select. The IC7300 is changing the way entry-level HF is designed. This high-performance, innovative HF transceiver with a compact design will far exceed your expectations. It has RF direct sampling, 15 discrete bandpass filters, a large color touchscreen, real-time spectrum scope, and an SD memory card slot. Visit www.icomamerica.com/amateur for more information on ICOM radios.
LDG Electronics provides state-of-the-art antenna tuners for every amateur need. From QRP to QRO, fixed stations, portable and remote, an LDG tuner will match your radio to your antenna using our lightning-fast, proprietary tuning algorithms. LDG is a family-owned and operated company dedicated to bringing innovative, quality products to the amateur market. All LDG products carry a full 2-year warranty that is fully transferable. Support is only a phone call or email away. We're always here to help you. Visit us on the web at ldgelectronics.com.
Okay, guys, we are back, and what a great segment we had there on the Huntsville Hamfest. And Mark's going to stick around with us a little while. Who knows? We may get back and redo another Huntsville Hamfest segment here in a few minutes. I gotta love it. It's the best Hamfest I think I've been to. I mean, wow.
And Tom is not a paid spokesperson.
That's right. I'm not a paid spokesperson for this. And I love it down here, man. I love it down here. It's something just so different about it. It is so clean and so nice and so cool and so relaxed and so friendly. That's why I like it, man. Yeah. Plus, the food's good too. Thank you, Mark. All right, hey, Katie, let's talk about some shack pictures. We got a few. I think we got 3 or 4 shack pictures tonight.
All right.
Are you there, Katie? Can you do them?
I will try my best.
All right. If you get kicked off, I'll make something up. Now, hey guys, Katie's new rule is if you send in a shack picture. If you send in a shack picture and you don't send us information, her new rule is that she will make stuff up, okay? So you don't want her making stuff up on your ham shack. So, always send in the information here. All right, are you ready, Katie?
We're ready. I got Dwayne too because he's good at picking out stuff too.
Oh, yeah.
And making stuff up.
He's going to help us. He's going to help us pick some stuff out there. Okay.
All right, so this shack is Willie Odom. He is Kilo Delta 5 Charlie Echo Victor down in Houston, Texas. And he says he's got, for an HF rig, he's got a Hobby PCB RS HFIQ SDR. Oh, it's a QRP 5-watt transceiver.
Let me say something, Katie. I read all that. I didn't understand a thing. I didn't understand a thing he said. All this stuff must be home built or hobby or something. I have no idea.
Hobby printed circuit board.
Printed circuit board. Okay, so it's a kit. Thank you.
Okay.
See, that's why we bring him around. And a Meritron. He's got the A11 HF amp. That's a nice amp. And he's an MFJ tuner. It's got an 80-meter dipole up at 25 feet. And he's done a lot of QRP work, several states. And he said his best one was up to VE6 AO in Canada with 2 watts. And he's a AMSAT member, chases satellites, uses a V71 on full duplex, and he's got arrow antenna. There's a 2 meter 440 at 25 feet. It's using the G450 Yaesu as rotator. Is that the one we have?
Yep.
Yeah, we have that rotator too.
Fast rotator. I like it.
Yeah, and he's using the HRD PST rotator, and yeah, and he's also got the Shark RF, so he's got quite the setup, and you can see a screensaver for AMSAT there. So big
And really nice lighting.
It is. It's a really nice
Mood
looking
lighting.
shack. Yeah. Well, I like that underneath where he's got the his monitors up high, but he's got that underlight, like those little strips of LEDs. I think.
He's probably
That makes it
that
really
is a neat shack. He's probably got a foot massager under that table too.
He's smart. He does. It's a nice looking shack.
Yeah.
Thanks for sending that one in, Willie. That's really nice looking. All right. So now we've got Fred Bennett. He is November Zulu 4 Delta X-ray. He's down in Newport, North Carolina. And he's got the Kenwood TS2000. And he's also got an Elecraft KPA 1500 with the ICOM IC 7700 and the IC 9700. So he's got that new little rig from ICOM going too. I don't know if anybody spots anything good. And it looks like a Heil. I see the Heil Pro set in blue over there. And there's a keyer. Looks like.
Yeah, some little paddles.
Look like some little paddles. And he's even got the manual out there for the 7700. I'm impressed. Nice job. Unless he just lost man points for having his manual out, you know.
And he's got extra shelf space. Look,
what
he's
I do
got.
is I put mine. I put our manuals in PDF form right on the top, on the face, the desktop of the computer.
Yeah.
And so they're always right there. They're not cluttering up the shack. They're right there on the desktop. Click on them. You can open it up and see what's going on.
Right. Comes in handy that way.
Yeah, and you know
It's hiding. Oh, there you go.
he's also got extra shelf space here to put more radios.
He does. He's got some more to
Yeah,
go. So
yeah.
very nice. See anything else you want to point out, Mark? No. Oh, we got another call from the weather. We keep getting phone calls from the weather because of MCOM. We just had a tornado touchdown in Moorcroft, which is about 30 miles away, and that's why I kept dropping off earlier. So I'm trying to get this done quick because as soon as my section's done, and we're going to log off and get out of the shack.
I want to echo that comment you made about the PDF of the owner's manual on the desktop. That's a lesson learned from us at Field Day, and we're going to do that next year because at night when we operate in the middle of the night, an operator's there by himself, and
Right.
you know, it's good to have that reference if you're not totally familiar with the radio. So that's a great idea.
Yep.
That's exactly why we do it. We have contesters come into the shack occasionally, and somebody might not be in the shack, but the PDF is right there. We got it for the amplifier and all of the equipment that runs the shack, as well as the radios.
Yep.
All right.
And that's about all that's on the desktop, so it makes that a little cleaner. Oh, we got a kitty in the shack. That is Fidel Jose Palenzuela, Whiskey Delta 4 Charlie Lima Zulu. He's in Hollywood, Florida. And in the shack, we've got, Colette is the cat. She's a beauty. And he's got also a Kenwood TS2000. And he's using the Tokyo high power amplifier. And he's got a B&W broadband dipole. I don't know what the B&W stands for. Is that a brand maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's a brand, but he's got a nice little setup. It looks like he has a nice little corner that he's been able to hang out and do what he wants. So pretty nice.
You know, I've thought
nice
about.
and compact.
I thought about it, and when I was in the Air Force or moving around, I may have even operated like this one time. You find a closet, put everything in the closet, you can close the door, open the door, and operate. It's kind of neat,
Well,
All right.
Not everybody has we really lucked out when we got this house with having this extra room in the basement that was an addition. And so when I walked in to look at it, I'm like, this is going to make the perfect ham shack. It's got an exterior door, one to the inside, so we could come and go. We could have people and working out in the antennas a lot easier. And so we're really lucky to have this room, that's for sure. All right, so
you know
now
what? And we've got guests from around the world. Look, this guy watches us all the time here.
Very cool. Daniel Gerard is in Durban, South Africa. He's Zulu Sugar 5, Delta Gulf, India. And he's got a nice shack. I see he's got a Kenwood TS515. I'm not familiar with that. That must be one of the older radios, I think. I don't know that model.
I don't know what I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, Yaesu FRG 7700, a Philips D2935, a Realistic DX375, Motorola VHF 2-meter rig, Ranger 2-meter rig, and he's also got a little Bofang UP5R. So
Yeah.
obviously getting lots of activity down there, and nice. It looks like a nice warm room too, with the paneling in there, and nice setup and a clean table. I bet he cleaned it off for the photo. That's entirely too clean there, but really nice. Thanks for sending that in, Daniel.
Yeah, well, that's all the shack
Oh.
pictures that we had tonight. Thank you guys for sending the shack pictures in.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask again, for anybody, let's see. Let's do this. Hey, if anybody is new tonight that's tuned into the show in the chat room, let us know. We asked at the beginning of the show, and there was one or two, but if there's anybody new that it's your first time, please let us know. Let us know in the chat room. And tonight, our 40-meter net was not great. The band was just terrible, man. It was going in and out so fast. You could hear somebody call you, and you could call them back, and they wouldn't even hear you at all, and it was terrible. But sometimes it's like that, but sometimes it's pretty good.
So I'm going to sign off. It's
Okay.
getting dark out there, so I'm going to get everything unplugged and make sure all the windows are closed and all that good stuff. So
Well, all right, Katie,
thanks,
thank you
everybody.
so much.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you for
And
being
Mark,
with
thank
us
you, Katie.
tonight.
Bill, I'll try calling you again.
Yeah.
Yeah, please do.
Thank you, and I and Mark will handle the rest of the show.
All right, you guys take it over. Thanks, guys. See
All
you
right.
later.
All right. Good
Bye.
night to Dwayne, you, and
Thanks.
Katie.
Round those antennas.
You betcha.
Yeah,
Those feed lines.
unhook the antennas. I don't care if you got lightning arresters and all that kind of fancy stuff. Just unhook them.
Oh, yeah. We're going to
Unhook
go do
'em.
that now.
Yeah. All right.
All right, bye.
Be safe. Be safe. Okay. Well, hey, guys. You know, and I was going to ask Katie this, but she already dropped off. But you know, Katie's a relatively young ham. Well, young meaning, well, I won't say how many years, but I go back to last century with my call. You know, 55 years. So I was thinking the other day, what did we do back then? What did we do in the 60s? Let's pick the 60s. And if you talk to somebody, how would you know who they were? Well, back then, they had a handbook. I mean, a call book. Mark, did you ever have a call book or not?
In 1974, Tom, I got a novice license.
Uh-huh.
They were good for a year or two.
Yep.
And unfortunately, I was in high school. I was in 10th grade, and unfortunately, I discovered cars, girls, and a job about
Understand.
that time, and and got away from the hobby. But,
Well,
so I can't relate to the call.
Well, let me just tell everybody what this was. This is like a phone book. This is how we found your name and address. If we wanted to send you a QSL card, this is how we found it. It's just like a phone book. It was about 3/4 of an inch thick. It cost $13, and it came out yearly. I think there were some supplements that came out. I don't think I ever got a supplement, but it was a yearly book. And basically, you know, that's how it looked inside, guys. This is like a phone book. You know, you look up W5KUB, you look up alphabetical down the list to the W's and the 5's, and then find KUB, and it will have his address there. What do you think about that? And that is, I mean, that's what we had back in the 60s. There was no internet. Now, QRZ probably has put these guys out of business because you can see this is pretty ancient right here. But I thought that was kind of neat, and I dug out some old log books I had from the early 60s, and it was interesting to go back and look at those.
I'm questioning, Tom, the sorting of that list, because back then the sequential call signs by region, there was Ohio and Tennessee and West Virginia. Those are 8 calls and 4 calls mixed together. Or did Tennessee change from one region to another?
No, Tennessee, I think, has always been a 4. But for instance, you would go to the like on this one, you'd go to the zone 8. So in zone 8, you can see you got KAs, you got WAs, you got Ks, and you just had to look it up alphabetical, you know.
Oh, okay. It was by alphabet.
It's just
Okay,
like
not
you
by
would be
number.
just like you'd be looking up a person's name in a phone book. It'd be alphabetical, but it'd be by zones, 1 through 0. So that was an interesting time. I'm looking for my old call books. I don't know if I got any or not, but you can still buy them on eBay now.
There was
They're
a flea market
collector's items.
vendor at Dallas HamCon that had a collection of those for sale.
Yeah.
The old ones.
All right. Well, let's see. It's going on 9 o'clock.
Hey, Tom, I do have one more thing to add.
Sure.
I glanced sideways at the chat room, and somebody asked the question, which Huntsville? And this is a very important question that we didn't address during the show.
Yeah.
We're going to say it. Huntsville, Alabama. Huntsville, Alabama, not Huntsville, Texas. If you
We
go to
don't
Huntsville,
want them.
Texas,
We don't want them
please
going
don't
to the
be
wrong
there.
place. We don't want them going to the wrong place, do we?
Right. Huntsville, Alabama.
I'm sure. Okay. Well, if you look at your website, if you do scroll down, let's see, Huntsville. Let me go to your main.
Yeah, I don't think you're on the home page there.
Let me go to the home page, and I think at least you'll see the address here. Let's see. Yeah.
There we go.
There we
Huntsville,
go.
AL.
Yeah, there you go. Right, okay, there you go. 700 Monroe Street, Southwest, Huntsville, Alabama. There you go. You even got a zip code.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's exactly right. And we need to let people know that are watching the show here.
That's right.
This is down in Alabama. It's about. How long does it take you to drive from there to Memphis? It seems like it's about a 4-hour trip for me, maybe.
Closer to 3, Tom.
Is it 3 hours?
To Collierville,
Okay.
where you're at, about 3 hours.
Okay, 3 hours. That's probably about right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I had told people that our friend astronaut Doug Wheelock was hoping to make it with us to Huntsville. He's made it with us to the Dayton Hamvention about 8 years now, and we had talked about Huntsville, and especially because this is the anniversary of the Apollo moon landing and a big NASA celebration there, so he was going to try to make it. And Doug also, when he was in the Army, he flew helicopters there at Redstone Arsenal, so that would have kind of been like coming home for him. But unfortunately, he told me this week that he was unable to make it.
We're going to, from the Space and Rocket Center, we've invited them to participate with us. They're going to staff a booth, and they're bringing 9 representatives from the U.S. Space and Rocket Center to the hamfest.
Well, that's
so
good.
Folks that are interested can ask questions before going out there to get a feel for what they might want to do when they get to the Space and Rocket Center.
Yeah, and let me see if I can do this. I think I can do this. I'll just join you right here.
Oh, you're in my shack now.
I'm in your shack right now. See this radio right back here. I can.
Yeah, turn that knob.
Look at that. Okay. Bill Brown, WBAELK. I think he works for NASA. I guess they're in Huntsville.
Yes.
He's the master of high altitude balloons, and we're going to be doing another super balloon launch here one day soon. But I think Bill's going to be launching some balloons also at the Huntsville Hamfest.
Yeah, Bill's scheduled for a form at 11 o'clock, and then winds permitting, he'll go out the main doors there at the Von Braun Center and launch one of the Pico balloons.
Yeah, well, that'll be cool. Be real cool. So, okay,
Yeah,
I
that's
tell you
some
what.
real popular stuff.
Tell you what I'm going to do.
It
I'm going to just, because we have some extra time tonight, I'm going to open the phone lines up here, and I'm going to let some people call in and talk to us if they want to. Let me put the phone number up here.
Right.
Here's the phone number. Phone line's open. Let's see. That'll probably work right there. Okay. Hey guys, give us a call. Yeah, the phone lines are working right now. Hey, dial us 712-775-7270. And there's a code you'll have to put in and the pound sign to join us. Love to hear from you out there. We've got telephone numbers in 65 countries. If you're in Australia tonight and you want to call us, there's a local number in Australia. Just go up on our webpage where it says contact and click on contact, and over on the left side you'll see it says call in to the live show. You can click there and you can find the numbers for 65 different countries to call in. Let's just see if anybody can call in tonight. And it'll probably be an early close on the show tonight. We've been going about 1 hour. But as you notice, the music's playing. And as long as that boring music's playing, that means there's no one on the phone. So we really would like to get that music off. This is our new phone system. We can take up to 1,000 simultaneous calls. No joke. I just don't know if I can manage that many or not. All right, Andy has no phone. Well, I can't help you, Andy. Come on, guys, 712. If you're listening out there on shortwave, dial 712-775-7270. And you'll have to enter code 407051 #. All right, I can always count on my friend Russ out in Zero Land out here to call. Russ, call us, Russ. Now there's about a 20-second delay here, so Russ can't call for we won't hear from him for about 30 seconds here. You want some Steve Miller Band on? I could probably find some, but we do that pre-show. All right, no callers tonight, no takers. You know, I found Mark, hams are really shy when it comes to making phone calls like this. You know, they'll get on the radio.
I remember how mic shy I was when I first got back into ham radio about 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Saying my own call sign, you know, being overheard by the family and everything. And it took 1 or 2 contests to get over that. And then it's second nature now. I love to talk.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Hey, I want to say, let's see if he's still in the chat room. I've got a friend in here, WB8HBO, no, HRO, W8HRO, Tim. Wanted to say hi to him if he's in here tonight. He was in here earlier.
Is that a HRO guy?
No, he's not. This is Tim. He's actually in an assisted living home. He's had several issues with his health, but he loves ham radio so much. The home there let him install an antenna and everything. He's got an HF rig on a little table that comes over, you know, to him, and oh man, he's having such a good time in there. Ham radio is what's keeping him going.
That's wonderful.
Oh yeah. Oh, hey, we may hear, I think the music stopped, man. The music stopped. Anybody on the phone? Hello? Hello? Let's see what's going on here.
NZ1L.
We got 2 people on here. Let me see if I can get these things adjusted
I think
here.
I copied NZ1L.
Yeah, let me see if we got an audio level issue. Who we got on here? Is that Russ?
WZ1L. Hello, Tom.
Hey, Bill. How you doing? And we got another. All right, hang on. Let me check the audio here real quick. Microphone, properties, levels. Okay. All right. I don't know why I had this adjusted before the show, and Microsoft cranked the level all the way to maximum. You guys on the phone are hearing me okay now, right?
Russ is here in case you with a lot of other songs.
All right. How you doing, Bill? Bill? WZ1L, W5KB. Come in, Bill.
Yeah, I'm here. WZ1L.
Okay. Well, hi, is our audio back on the phone okay now? Bill? Hello,
You
Bill?
both sound about the same to me.
Oh, I don't know what's happening with Bill. What happens is the computer,
Yeah, I'm here, Tom. I just wanted to say, Mark, and tell him that I'm counting the days until I come into Huntsville. Looking forward to checking out the city. I've heard an awful lot about it, and I just want to make sure that the weather's good down there. We got rain coming this weekend, so we're looking for some nice days down there while we're there.
Well, in mid-August in northern Alabama, we can pretty much count on hot, steamy days with a chance of a thunder shower, but that's not an issue for us indoor folks at the Hamfest.
oh yeah.
Yeah, well, I hear you.
All
Well,
right.
I don't want to hold it. I think somebody else is there, so I will say 7-3s, and hope to see you all there in August.
Okay, Bill.
73,
Thanks.
Bill, and make sure you stop and say you'll find me in this green shirt on Sunday and a blue shirt on, or maybe a beige shirt on Saturday. Make sure you stop by and say hello.
I don't know why he's having trouble. I don't know if Bill is listening on the live show. He may be listening on the 20-second delay, you know. I hope
Oh,
he's...
by the way,
Yeah.
5130, I'm hearing it on the beverage receive antenna tonight just fine.
Well, you're hearing 5130 tonight. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. There's a lot of places in the U.S. that can't hear it at all. It's not a real powerful station. We were on 9330 last week with their new super station, and it puts about a 40 over signal in Australia. I mean, everybody on the show last week or the week before gave us reports all over the country, 40 and 50 over. I don't know if you saw any of that, but they built this new superstation. It's the only antenna in the U.S. like this. It's about 300 feet tall, 800 tons of steel, and it actually rotates. It's a directional antenna, and they're running 500,000 watts when they get up. They were only running about 100,000. They were running low power 100,000 watts a couple weeks ago. And
Wow.
the antenna makes the biggest difference in the world. People were hearing it all over the place, man. Let's see who, if we still got. Okay, we'll still have someone on the phone. Who is that on the phone?
Can you copy KG0BK, John?
Yeah, I'm not hearing you very well. I don't know what is the problem there.
I've got a lot of other people on here with me. I don't know if you're hearing them or not. This is Russ in Iowa.
Hey Russ, I knew you'd call in. What do you mean you got a lot of people? I only show one person on the call right now.
Wow, that is so weird. I called in and I've got, I don't know how many people. Sounded like there was 10, 15 people talking on different places. But looks like we're okay now, if you can hear me all right.
Okay, yeah, and somebody else just called in, 717 area code. Who's that on 717 area code?
Yeah, this is N3OAW, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Near Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Hey, Bob. Did I talk to you on DMR the other day?
Yeah, one Sunday evening there, I believe.
Yeah. We talked just a few days ago on DMR. Hey, how you doing, man?
Oh, pretty good. I'm pretty good at watching you guys tonight, and I wished I could come down to Huntsville, but my work obligations right now, I just can't swing it. But I did want to mention the station from Monticello, Maine, comes in full scale on my FT2DR Yaesu rig.
Yeah.
On the little handy talkie on the rubber duck.
Yeah, are you listening to 5130 or 9330?
9330.
Oh, you don't even need an antenna there. In fact, I would short your antenna out if you're listening to 9330 because it is strong.
Yeah, it's amazing how strong that thing is.
Yeah.
And wish could come down there see you guys at the hamfest. But if you live stream it, I'll definitely be watching that when I can.
It will be live streamed, and we're going to give away prizes. Huntsville Hamfest Committee is giving away on our show a brand new MFJ antenna analyzer. That's a great prize. So tune in. We have a lot of fun. You know, there'll be a lot of people. A lot of people come by and get on the show and talk, and we'll have a lot of prizes. A lot of fun.
And I'll say hello to Mark there too. I enjoy you guys, and you guys have a great hamfest down there. We've been watching other times, and it's just looks like a really nice venue.
Well, thank you. Yes, it is a wonderful venue. We're blessed to have a downtown venue like this. It's just a wonderful facility and I'm so glad that we can grow the event maybe someday when conditions warrant.
You know, you've got the option to open that wall up and double your space. Looks like to me, you can handle a lot of people.
We could, but at the same, we want to control the growth.
Oh, do you?
It's one of those things that space isn't free.
And, I understand.
We're not
I
in it to make money,
that.
but we want to make sure we have enough left over to host the next year's event. So it's one of those things where we want to try to grow the event, but not in a controlled way.
Well, I was going to say, if you could just double your attendance overnight, you might want to do that.
Easier said than done, Tom.
Oh yeah,
Things like this don't happen overnight.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And we'll continue to do things. Hopefully, continue to do things right, and things will just fall into place.
All right. Well, hey, Bob, stick around a minute. Let me jump back to Russ
I think
there.
You got a question.
Oh, you got a question, Bob? Go ahead.
Yeah, just a quick question. Do you have any sort of like a special event station that's going to be worked down there during the Hamfest?
During the Hamfest, we have a go-to station that's part of the youth lounge, and it's primarily focused to the kids. We do phone and digital modes, but if an adult wanted to sit down there, our go-to person, he's really good. N7KDT, Todd Klein. He is really good at explaining things. He's our go-to station rep at Field Day. But yeah, we have an HF station set up down here for that kind of thing, and it's been very popular.
Yeah, very good. I'll let Russ go ahead there.
Hey, Russ. I didn't hear you on the net tonight, but we got a good connection here. How you been doing?
Oh, real good, Tom, and thanks. One, I want to report on the net. You were booming in here to Iowa at times for about 30 seconds, like S8 almost an S9. And about the time I thought, well, I'd holler at you, you go down to about an S2 or S3. I thought, well, you're not going to get me. So I kept waiting, and we couldn't get it hooked up to where the signals were up at the same time so I could contact you.
Yeah, the band was going up and down really fast. Somebody would call me, I would answer them, and then they wouldn't come back to me. Either they didn't hear me, call them back, or I didn't hear them answer me. So it was.
I heard from over here, about 160 miles away, Tom. I heard every station you were working, but I did not hear you.
Yeah. Wow.
I was going to say that, Mark. I was hearing a lot of the stations that Tom couldn't hear, but then I couldn't hear Tom. So you got around 40 meters. That's all there is to it.
Well, maybe we ought to just have a net on Skype or something. That way we can all connect up,
Well, I thought maybe next week I would, if you want to do split frequency, I'll transmit on 9330, and you can pick me up, and I'll see if I can get you.
Well, I'll transmit back to you on 5130.
Okay, let's make it that way. But hey, Mark, thanks for the information. My son is in fact, he's AD0AM. Take out the 0 and you get Adam, and that's his call sign. And he's a truck driver, and he's going to be driving in the northeast to the south, or northeast to the southeast sections in about 2 to 3 weeks. So I'm going to see if I can't get hooked up with him and do kind of a ride along, and maybe we can just sneak down to the hamfest. If you don't mind having an 18-wheeler pull into the parking lot somewhere.
We have parked 18-wheelers in the past. Call on our talk-in, or better yet, send an email if you can and let us know. And we'll be listening for you. We can make some arrangements to get you into the downtown area and out safely and without problems.
So, hey, Russ, tell him where you'd be coming from.
Probably from the north. I'm going to say probably from, well, I don't know, it's going to be in Delaware and coming down through, sweeping through the southeast. It'll probably be coming in from the east.
No, I mean, tell him if you make it, what state we'd be from. Like Joe's from Nebraska, and Bill's going to be coming down from Massachusetts. Where are you coming from?
Oh, well, I'm coming from Iowa, but I don't know where we're going to be in the truck when we get down there.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to be in 2 or 3 or 4 different states.
So
it'll be about a 10-day trip.
Well, that's the thing about Huntsville is, it's right now it's probably, I guess, the 3rd largest hamfest in the country, and man, there are people coming down from Massachusetts and Iowa and Nebraska and just everywhere, man. It's not a regional hamfest.
Well, I've seen and I've heard people talk about the hamfest, and I've never been to Dayton, but this one always sounded like it was the one you wanted to go to. The friendly people, the good times, come down here and have some fun type thing. Not that you couldn't at Dayton, and I've never been there, but it just sounded like it was come down and see us.
They're both great events. They're different, but they're both wonderful.
Oh yeah,
there's lots of people. You wouldn't leave either event disappointed. I can say that.
Okay, well, I know I've used up your time, Tom. Thanks for having me in tonight. Wanted to give you a report on the net, and hadn't talked to you for quite a while. So, in fact, I think it was about a month ago last time I talked to you on the net, and you said if I don't call in that night, I would get a demerit.
That's right.
And I tried to call in that night, but you never opened the phone lines up. Take the demerit away.
Hey, I want to tell you something. Either in 1 or 2 weeks, our other co-host, Riley Hollingsworth, is going to be with us. Riley, of course, is retired from the FCC as a special counsel for enforcement. And Riley is taking over the leadership of that new ARRL volunteer monitoring program. And he's been real busy trying to get it going. That's the thing that replaces the official observers. And he's going to be talking about that next week or the week after, I think. And Rich, I promise I won't bring up our secret when he's on the show.
Okay, well, I was going to say, I love that new volunteer program. That sounds like it's going to be a really neat deal. But I don't think I'm going to call in if he's on.
All right. Well, you can call in. I promise I will not bring up the other subject. I won't bring it up. Hey, we got a caller in here from the 517 area code. Who's on the phone?
Thanks, Tom. 73.
All right, 73. Who's on the phone? The 513 area code. 517 area code. Anybody?
Oh, I'm still hanging in here, N30AW.
Okay, Bob, you're there. Okay, well, I got 3 numbers here. Okay, there's a 717 area code and a 563 area code. Who are we not talking to? Somebody's listening in. Maybe it's our competition. K7JKA, is that you? No? All right, who's out there?
Well, I'm still here. I just wanted to comment with Riley Hollingsworth. He's been our vice director, and he's from my general area here, Gettysburg, and that's pretty cool. You're going to have him on there. I'll be interested. I'll love to see what he has to say right now.
Yeah, Riley is a co-host on our show. He's a member of our team, but he gets so busy sometimes we don't hear from him for a month or two. But I talked to him this week, and he apologized for not being on the show and says, I'm trying to get this program straightened out. He says I'll be ready to come back on in the next couple of weeks. So we hope we have him there. All right. Very good. So Bob, what's your area code, Bob?
Yeah, my area code is 717.
Okay, who's at 517 area code that's on the phone?
It's WB8HRO in the 517
Oh.
area code.
WB8HRO. Tim, how you doing, Tim? I'm so glad you called in.
Well, I'm doing really well, and I'm feeling really well, and the things are going really well, and I got an adapter for my fiberflex bug, and now it slows down enough so I can send reasonable herd.
Well, I want to tell you, you must be very well liked where you are, because the fact that they let you put antennas up and operate, that would probably scare people and run away. But are all the people around you, are they seeing your ham radio and how well it works and how much fun it is?
The activities director has me set up for either September or October demonstration, and I can't get my radios out to where the demonstration is, so I'll take my HT and demonstrate that.
All right. Well, I'm so glad that you're active on ham radio, and they let you set a station up, and sounds like you have a lot of fun there on there. I got your QSL card. Thank you so much for your QSL card too.
And thank you for taking me to date, and I'm looking forward to going with you on the next one.
All
I
right.
go virtually, and I enjoy going very much.
Well, that's great, Tim, and just check in with us. Watch this Huntsville Hamfest, and we wish you good luck. Maybe you'll win a new rig or something that you need there.
Okay, thank you, and I'm going to enjoy going with you.
All right.
To the Huntsville Hamfest, and it means a lot to me to be able to go with you virtually.
Well, we're so glad you're able to make that trip with us virtually. Thank you so much, Tim, for calling.
Thank you, and you have a good day. Bye-bye.
Okay. All right, I think we got another caller. I forget. Bob, what was your area code? Are you 713 or 717?
Yeah, 717.
Okay, oh, we got another one came in. Okay, 713 area code. Who are you? And we also got a 61. Well, that's an international number. Let's take the international.
That's right.
Let's take the international call first. Who are you and where are you?
My name's Mike VK2EMK, and I'm from Sydney, Australia.
Mike.
Good day.
VK2DMK.
Echo Mike Kilo.
Echo Mike Kilo. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. And you're in Sydney.
That's correct.
I think I made it to Sydney once. I on business. I flew there from Hong Kong, and I think I was there one day. I think you had a big storm that day. I didn't get to do much there, but hey, I love it down here, man. Now let's see, you guys are in winter now, right? You must be. Are you cool? It's wintertime.
Yeah, it's a little bit cool down here. Depends on exactly where you are. I mean, you get down to. Now I've got to talk in Celsius temperatures here.
Yeah.
Down to minus 10 degrees Celsius. There's been some of our cooler temperatures, but here in Sydney, we only get down to about 5 degrees Celsius.
What's
it's not too bad.
It's a big country. I'm sure the temperatures vary from north to south. You know, one of the things, Mike, I realized and was talking to somebody years ago. Have you ever taken Australia and turned it upside down and look at it, how close it matches the United States in shape? Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah. I mean, land area-wise, Australia and continental US are very, very close in size, actually.
Yeah.
The US is just a little bit bigger.
I was not aware
Well,
of that.
well hey, Mike, you found, was it easy to find our number tonight to call in, or did you have trouble?
I've actually got your number stored in my phone from a previous time that I was able to get it.
Okay, good, great. Well, I thought about trying to publish a link to every phone number in 65 countries, but it became more than I could handle. So I just got the link to the phone system, phones there, and hopefully people can find it here. Well, hey, well, Mike, stick around a couple minutes if you want to. You don't have to hang up. We can handle 1,000 people on here. We had another caller come in. We had another caller. Well, we got another caller, and again, man, somebody help me. Bob, what's the area code? He's 717 or 713? Bob?
Well, Tom, I'm your 713 caller.
Oh, okay, there we go. So, okay, now I know. Okay, so Bob is 717. Teresa, how you doing, Teresa?
Not bad. How are you, Tom? Hi, Mark.
713 area code. Now I know.
I was wondering if the 713 was going to be you.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's hard keeping up with everybody on here. Hey, let's test this phone system out tonight, guys. Honestly, it will handle 1,000 calls. Let's see if we can get a few hundred on here at least, okay? And you can all talk at the same time there. So let's see, Teresa, you're in Texas.
Right.
Bob is up in Bob's up near Pittsburgh. You're in Pennsylvania, Bob, or
Eastern Pennsylvania, Southeast Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. So we got Pennsylvania. And we've got. I think Tim. Let's see. I don't know if Tim. I can't keep up with the calls. In Texas, and we've got Australia on here. So let me ask Mike down in Australia there. Do we talk funny to you guys?
No, we don't.
I'm just wondering if I had an accent. Yeah, I'm from the South, and
yeah, well, you're the one with the accent. I'm the one that talks normally.
Yeah, well, that's what I realized there. Yeah. All right.
One time in high school, I did a church youth deal, and we went up north, and the group that was across the hall from us was from Minnesota. We stood out in the hallway and had a 20-minute picking back and forth with each other as to which one of us had the accent, the ones from Minnesota or the ones of us from Texas.
Yeah, no, I've actually, when I visited the US a couple of years ago, I had the very same conversation with the friends that I actually visited in Phoenix. They all talked funny.
Well, I'll have to say, Mike, your English is pretty good. Let me tell you.
I hope so.
Yeah. Hey, there are places in the United States I go, I can't understand what they're saying.
Well, I'm glad that my accent is not too bad, so that you can understand what I'm saying.
Now, hey,
and,
Mike, are you the one who has the RV over here in Tennessee? Do you have an RV?
No.
No, okay. It was another guy from Australia last week came on, and one of my friends near Nashville is keeping it for him, and I told him we were going to go try it out. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Hey, Teresa, have you got an antenna up or anything yet? It's taken you a long time to get back on the air.
I've sort of got an antenna up. I mean, I can hear the chat, the roundtable before the show, but I can't quite call in yet because my SWR is off the chart. But hopefully sometime this weekend I'm going to work on that. Maybe even start working on that tomorrow morning.
All right, you need to get that fixed and get on the Roundtable Net with us. By the way, everybody, Roundtable Net meets every Tuesday night at 5:30 Central Time on 7180. So tune in and join us. We get a lot of regulars on there, and we'll find some new people that pop in, and we tell them about the show, and some nights we see them join us here. Well, Teresa from Texas, you're coming down to Huntsville, right? You coming?
No,
back?
actually, I'm going to have to miss.
Are you missing this
We
year?
had
Okay. Well,
we had a medical issue come up, and it's kind of taking care of our finances for this year, unfortunately.
Well, I understand, and
Teresa, I'm sorry to hear. I was thinking I was assuming that you would be here.
Well, it's a long way.
I was hoping to be there. I was assuming that I was too until just a little bit earlier this month, and things went tilt, and so much for going.
Well, Teresa,
at least I got to see you in Dallas.
Teresa,
yeah.
You can watch the show. You can be with us through our webcast, and you can help us in the chat room.
Yeah, I look forward to doing that, but it's sure not going to be near as much fun as being there in person. I'm going to miss seeing Mark and Jordan and everybody.
Okay, let me see. We got another person on the phone. 928 area code. Who we got?
Kilo 7 Juliet, Kilo Alpha, Andy.
Andy.
Yes.
And what's
I told you I would say hi.
And what's give me your call again.
Kilo 7 Juliet, Kilo Alpha.
Yeah, JKA, K7 JKA. How you doing, man? I'm glad you called in to say hello. Where are you located? Where are you, Andy?
Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix, okay. Phoenix, Arizona. All right, very good. Boy, we're going to work all states tonight. Let's keep trying, guys. Again, we can take 1,000 people. Let's test this system out. I want you to stress test it. Dial the number on the screen.
Tom, I'm going to need to go QRT tonight.
Okay.
We've got to take care of the horses before bedtime here, and I will see you in 4 short weeks.
Okay, Mark, thanks so much for coming on. Did somebody have a question for Mark?
Yeah, I was going to ask Mark because I've seen it asked a couple of times in the chat room, and you haven't answered, and it's a thought to put in your head for next year or year after if you haven't already thought about it for this year. Huntsville Hamfest swag. Is there a possibility of one day making it a thing?
I'm sorry, we doubled. Go ahead. Repeat your last, Teresa.
There's been a question about Huntsville Hamfest swag. I don't think there's going to be any this year. You didn't mention it while we were talking during Dallas, but possibility of expanding that for next year or year after?
We're starting to think about that. It may be too late to do something about it this year, but I think you'll appreciate that we're working on it. There's a lot of things we're working on, and that's one of them.
Well, there are. Yes. Somebody in the chat room wants a Huntsville Hamfest T-shirt and a baseball cap.
Is Ron K9ID in the chat room?
K9ID.
Seen him tonight,
he normally
tomorrow night.
He normally is in the chat room many nights.
We'll have to talk about that.
Yeah. Well, if you give away a bunch of hats, you're probably gonna have to. That could run pretty expensive, couldn't it?
Well, we're gonna have to make some hats before we can give them away or sell them.
Yeah,
that's true. Make them.
That's true. Well, yeah. So, all right. Well, Mark. Hey, Mark. Idea. Thanks so much,
Teresa,
Mark.
Thank you. And I want to thank Teresa for the reminder. We will put that. We got to move that up our action list.
Awesome. No problem, Mark.
Touch up the SWR, Tom.
Yeah, I had to adjust that just a little bit right there, man.
That's great. We'll just move that over there. There we go.
Leave it where it was. Okay. All right, Mark. 73. Good night, Mark.
Good evening.
See you. Good night.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, that turned out pretty good. Boy, Huntsville's coming out. Can't wait. We've already started working on the prizes for Huntsville. We put out a number of the emails today, and we're already starting to get. What am I looking at? Saw somebody's hand on the Skype. We're already getting a lot of replies back. A lot of prizes are coming in from SDR plays, the SDR receivers to everything, antennas, magazine subscriptions, ARRL handbooks, antenna books. Prizes started coming in. We'll be building up the prize page real soon. All you have to do is go to our menu at the top of w5kub.com, click on prizes, Huntsville 2019. You'll be able to see some of the prizes that we'll be giving out. It's 9:30, so I think we will go ahead and say good night to everybody. And
good night, Tom, and
enjoy it. And I'll go work on the show here. What we got to do is put get the audio ready to put on our podcast. The show is also on an audio podcast on nearly every podcast carrier in the country, and you can listen to it while you're driving across country or at home or at work or whatever. Just check us out on any podcast carrier. And let's see, there we go. Okay.
Hey, good night, Tom. This is N30AW here in PA. Yeah, good night.
Okay, Bob, 73, good night to you, and we'll see you later. Thanks for joining us tonight. And everybody else on the phone, thank you. Do we have a new person on the phone? Let's see, I don't think so.
Yes, you got Anthony. KG5JPU from Benbrook, Texas. Hey, Tom.
Anthony, how you doing, man?
Oh, not too bad. I sent you an email earlier this evening regarding this afternoon's net. You were trying to get a hold of me. I did call in or check in, but I guess you couldn't hear me. And then there were people stepping all over me while I was trying to reply to you.
Well, the band was terrible, and
it was a mess.
The audio
was a mess.
The audio was a mess when I transmitted on the website. I was getting some. I rearranged some equipment here, and I was getting RF back into the audio that went out on the webcast. Mm-hmm. So when I would talk, it would kind of sound like sidebandish kind of voice. So sorry about that, but the people that did.
It's okay. I know that over the weekend you had the live chat session on, and I know you were working on your audio, doing audio testing, and that's what I figured you were doing. And because you were trying to you had issues that you came across, you were trying to resolve.
Well, that actually was a different issue. That was a hum issue here on our Skype on our show. I think I got that solved. In fact, I could hear the hum and make changes.
Yeah, because I did hear the hum over the weekend. I did hear the hum on Sunday.
Yeah, so I think we got that fixed. We got a bad mixer channel in our mixer here. But anyway, we'll get that other problem fixed before next Tuesday for the net there.
Did you weather the storm this weekend?
Yeah, we did. A lot of heavy rain. Boy, the raindrops are coming down as big as oranges. I mean, man, it rained hard this morning. I think we got about 3 inches this morning, but then it kind of went away. And we're supposed to get another 3 or 4 inches over the next few days. I don't know if we're going to get it or not.
Yeah, it was like 103 plus degrees here in Texas today, and I figured it was hot by you.
Well, we're actually having a cool. We're actually having a cool spell. It's down around 80 today here, so it's been up close to 100, but it's been kind of cool.
Well, that's good. Have you able to get all your antennas back up since you had your
I did.
Your tree limb issue?
I did, and I got them all pretty much fine-tuned and adjusted out there, and SWR down on them, and they're in good shape again. That took me another whole day out in the hot and the sweat. It was miserable, but we got it. Well,
that's good. And how are you making out with your satellite station and the antennas?
Well,
did you get the radio back yet?
No, I haven't got my TS2000 back yet. I've got a Yaesu FT991 over there, and I made a few contacts on it. The problem is the Yaesu is a half duplex only. It's not a real satellite radio, so you can't hear your downlink frequency when you talk. And that's pretty important working satellite to know if you're getting into satellite or not getting into it. And also the satellite has Doppler shift. The frequency changes as the satellite moves from away from you to over you to past you, the frequencies change on your uplink and downlink, which you have to compensate for. And on the FT991, I don't have any means of hearing my downlink to calibrate properly, so it's not real good for the linear or sideband satellites, but it did work fairly good for the FM satellites. And I made a few contacts with it, but the TS2000 should be back here probably in the next week or so, and it's a great satellite radio. And the software I use, basically, it tracks the satellite, on the globe, and it actually adjusts the frequencies for your transmit and receive. It actually adjusts them for a Doppler shift and all that. So I'll have that soon, and we'll try to do a couple segments here on satellite stuff maybe soon.
Are there any AMSAT nets, local nets in your area that you can participate in?
No, but
like on 2 meter or
no,
440
not really,
or anything?
But we've got quite a large group of satellite operators here in Memphis. There's probably 30 or 40, and they're really always really active in setting up stations like at Field Day and so forth. And I kind of stay in touch with them. One of the things that we noticed last week, it looks like FO29 died. The FO29 was a great satellite to work, and the AMSAT.org site tracks all these satellites and if a contact was made or not. And you can see contacts were being made every pass, and then it just stopped, and then there's been no contact for the past week on any pass. So we think the satellite has gone bad. And the interesting thing, one of the satellites, I think it was AO7, it was launched many years ago, 30 years ago, and it was a good satellite. Then it went dead, and that satellite was dead for like 20 years. What happened? The battery shorted in it, and when a battery shorts, if the solar cell can't charge a battery, it's just a dead short. So it was out of commission for 20 years. And a couple years ago, like a miracle, the batteries opened, and of course it's got a solar panel, and it started working again. After 20 years of being dead, the satellite started working again. So whenever it's in sunlight, it's on the air, and people are actually making contacts through it.
Yeah, well, that's amazing. I do belong to the local AMSAT net here, and I also joined the AMSAT organization recently, even though I've been operating on a net for a while. And I know back in the wintertime, there was, fall or wintertime this past, they had a launch, and it was AO95 that went up. Mm-hmm. And it's still in the safe mode because it can't communicate with it. Wow. And they're still sitting there trying to find out what the deal is with it, how to fix it, and this and that and the other thing. And then they had an issue with SO50. I'm sorry. It was either SO50 or AO85. They had issues with the orbit that was in, and the batteries weren't charging, and they had to put it in a safe mode. Yeah. I think it was 85. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. And I think it's back up and running again. So, but it's amazing what you can do communicating around with satellites that are orbiting the planet. And matter of fact, I even heard about a week or so ago that the Chinese got some satellites orbiting around the moon, and they made some contact with that as well.
Is that right? I had heard something about putting a satellite in orbit around the moon. Now, I'm not following that. There are some good satellites, some good Chinese satellites up the WX2, A, B, C, D, and F are up, and people are working them.
And there is an AMSAT net that you can listen to on Tuesday nights, I believe. It's on Echolink. It's the guys down in Houston, I think, operate it. But other than that, I want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to be able to get on your podcast this evening. I think I would love to be able to go down to Huntsville this year, but I'm not going to be able to. But I hear it's a win-win, place to go, as well as Hamvention, which I haven't had the opportunity to go to either, and I heard that was a win-win weather-wise this year. You had no rain and this, and that, and the other, even though it was hot. But I guess it was, I understand you had a great time as well. It's amazing what the hobby can do. What's out there, the possibilities are endless. Whether they're young kids getting into the hobby, that Ham you were speaking with, the gentleman that's able to operate at a nursing home or assisted living, that's priceless.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I tip my hat to those people for being able for them to have them do that, because to have them be able to do that keeps them going and keeps them happy and so forth.
Well, yeah. And Tim is very active, and he's loving it to death, man. He says the radio is just, he just, it's just great for him. And I think that the people there at the home like him and allowed him to put that up, and they know the value that something like that can give to people. So it's great. Well, Anthony, I'm gonna let you go, and I'm gonna go ahead and close the show down. Thanks to everybody for joining us tonight and calling in, and we had a good time. And we will see you next week, I guess. So 73 to everybody on the phone. Good night, everybody. All right, so I just hung the phone lines up. Guys, if you haven't joined our Facebook group, join our Facebook group. It's called W5KUB. Check that and join it, and we'll see you Tuesday nights. Let's see what else. You'll notice I put a link above the chat room button that says please subscribe. If you would click that link, what it does, it lets you subscribe to our YouTube channel of all our videos. We've got 685 videos out now, shows recorded, and we've never advertised us as being a YouTube channel. We've always kind of described it as being W5KUB.com, kind of our own channel, although it is on YouTube. So we've never really pushed people or asked people to subscribe to our YouTube channel, but we'd like to now. We'd like to see how many subscribers there may be out there. So just click that button and subscribe. It won't you won't get any spam or anything from it like that. So I'm going to say good night to everybody, and we'll see you next week.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.